Beyond the Gates weekly spoilers for March 9th. 13th excite as Catherine Kat Richardson, Colby Muhammad, steps up and Joey Armstrong, John Lindstrom, getting suspicious. Let's dive into what's coming up in the DMV. Jacob Hawthorne, Bray Horges, is afraid his cover has been blown. Naomi Hamilton Hawthorne, Ariel Prepetit, is near Grayson Wellington, DeJohn Watts, when he gets a call from Jacob who says they need to talk and tells Grayson not to say a single word about what he saw until they do. Grayson is distraught and Ashley Morgan, Jen Jacob, tries to comfort him. So, he looks panicked while on the phone next week. Nicole Dupree Richardson, Daphne Duplay, advises her daughter Kat. Bill Hamilton, Timon Kyle Durrett, goes looking for Joey to talk about Sammy and Haley Lawson, Marquita Goings, and Bill asks Joey if there's something he should know about Haley and Sammy. So Bill pays Joey a visit hoping to get info on Sammy. Naomi presses Chelsea Hamilton, Ronnie Rose Mantilla, to make up with Kat. Vanessa McBride, Lauren Buglioli, misses out on an opportunity because she is involved with Joey. Shanice Valjean, Tiara Wilkins, supports Ted Richardson, Keith D. Robinson, professionally. Also, Shanice and Ted Canoodle. Bradley Smitty Smith, Mike Manning, and his mother-in-law Nicole have an uncomfortable talk. Also, Jacob tries to stay unnoticed. Danny Dupree, Carla Mosley, isn't so sure about her upcoming photo shoot. Next week, Danny tells Nicole she has sexy, glistening men fighting over her, and it's the hottest thing she's heard. So, Deanna McBride, Erica Ash, is back home. Joey gives Marcel, Trey Cheney, a special assignment. Mona, Wendy Raquel Robinson, sees Lynette Wise, Dominique Madison, and Ryland Rye Parker, Terrell Tilford, doing something unsanitary. Also, Kat takes care of Anita Dupree, Tamara Tooney. Haley and Bill have an uncomfortable run-in with one of the Duprees. Donald McBride, Colton Little, butts heads with his twin sister Deanna. Also, Kat shocks Tomas, Tom Navarro, Alex Alegria, and Chelsea with the news of her new living arrangements. Kyle Richardson, Brandon Claybon, offers words of wisdom. Eva Thomas, Ambier Michelle, has reason to be proud of Dana Leslie Thomas, Trisha Mann Grant. Vanessa gets humiliated in public. Next week, Deanna is at Uptown with Vanessa, Joey, Donald, and Eva. So I'm sure Vanessa and Eva are talking to the kids about the clinic that will have the plaque honoring their dad, Doug. Then Joey stops by, and that sends Vanessa Deanna into a tailspin with Vanessa on Beyond the Gates. Joey tells Deanna it's nice to meet her. Then the angry teen goes off on Vanessa, asking what kind of man comes in here, dedicates a building to your dead husband, and drops all that money unless he's getting something in return. Clearly, you're serving up. Vanessa's mortified. Also, Martin Richardson tries to connect with Vernon Dupree, Clifton Davis. Naomi and Derek Baldwin, Ben Gavin, have a frank talk about Ashley's love life. Does Naomi like Grayson and tell Derek to stop being a problem? I'm guessing he'll say he thinks something is off about Grayson, and you know what? Derek is right. Grayson is threatened. He's at Uptown this week. Naomi's there. Looks like Ashley too when he gets a phone call that freaks Grayson out. Donald and Kat touch base. Joey confides in Vanessa about his family. Also this week, we'll likely find out others are involved in the plasma ring. The week of March 9-13 on Beyond the Gates promises explosive confrontations, buried secrets clawing their way to the surface, and a power shift that could permanently alter the dynamics inside Fairmont Crest. At the center of the drama stands the fierce and determined Kat Richardson, who decides she's done standing in the shadows while others manipulate the narrative. This week, Kat steps forward to take control of the situation, but her bold move sparks a chain reaction that could ignite chaos across multiple families. Meanwhile, Joey Armstrong begins noticing inconsistencies that refuse to add up. What begins as a quiet suspicion slowly transforms into a dangerous obsession as Joey becomes convinced someone close to him is hiding a devastating truth. Secrets unravel, loyalties are tested, and the fragile peace in Fairmont Crest begins to crumble. Here's everything coming up this week. The week begins with tension simmering just beneath the surface. Kat Richardson has spent weeks watching events spiral out of control. Every time she thinks she understands what's happening, another revelation shakes her confidence. But now, Kat has reached her limit. Instead of reacting to other people's decisions, Kat decides she's going to take control of the situation herself. Her first step is confronting Vernon Dupree, whose recent behavior has left the entire family questioning his judgment. Vernon attempts to brush off Kat's concerns, insisting everything is under control. But Kat isn't fooled. She sees fear behind his calm exterior. The conversation quickly escalates. Kat presses Vernon for the truth, accusing him of hiding something that could destroy their entire family. Vernon tries to maintain his composure, but cracks begin to show. For the first time, Kat realizes just how deep the situation might be, and she's not backing down. Elsewhere, Joey Armstrong finds himself replaying a recent conversation in his mind. Something about it felt wrong. The tone, the timing, the nervous glance someone gave before answering his question. At first, Joey tries to convince himself he's overthinking things, but the doubt refuses to disappear. Instead, it grows. By Tuesday, Joey's curiosity turns into something far more serious. Joey begins quietly investigating the people around him. He revisits old conversations, scans through text messages, and even asks a few subtle questions to test reactions. What he discovers only deepens his suspicion. Someone is lying. And the more Joey thinks about it, the more certain he becomes that the lie is connected to a much larger secret. Meanwhile, Kat takes the next step in her plan. She meets privately with Nicole Dupree Richardson, hoping to uncover the truth about Vernon's strange behavior. Nicole tries to remain neutral, but Kat quickly realizes Nicole knows more than she's willing to admit. Their conversation becomes tense. Nicole warns Kat that pushing too hard could cause irreversible damage. Some secrets, she says, exist for a reason. But Kat refuses to accept that explanation. To her, the truth is always better than silence. Unfortunately, uncovering that truth might bring consequences no one is prepared for. Midweek brings the first major turning point. Joey finally uncovers something that sends a chill down his spine. While going through financial records and recent transactions, Joey notices a pattern: payments made to an account that doesn't appear connected to any legitimate business. The discovery raises an alarming question. Who is receiving the money? Joey begins connecting the dots, and the answer leads him towards someone he never expected. The realization leaves him shaken. If his suspicions are correct, someone in his inner circle has been manipulating events from the shadows. Meanwhile, Kat's determination continues to intensify. She arranges a meeting with Vernon again, this time determined not to leave without answers. But Vernon is growing increasingly desperate to keep the truth buried. Their confrontation becomes explosive. Voices rise, accusations fly, and long-buried resentments erupt into the open. By the end of the argument, it's clear their relationship may never recover, and the truth Kat is chasing might be more dangerous than she imagined. As Thursday's episode unfolds, the pressure inside Fairmont Crest reaches a boiling point. Joey decides he can't keep his discovery to himself any longer, but he's unsure who he can trust. Every person he considers confiding in might somehow be involved in the deception. The paranoia begins to affect his judgment. Joey becomes more observant, watching every interaction around him for signs of dishonesty. His behavior doesn't go unnoticed. Several characters begin wondering why Joey is acting so differently. Meanwhile, Kat finally gains access to information she's been searching for. With help from an unexpected ally, she uncovers documents that could expose the truth about Vernon's secret dealings. At first, Kat feels vindicated. She knew something was wrong. But as she reads deeper into the records, her confidence fades, because the information suggests something even more shocking than she anticipated. The situation isn't just complicated, it's dangerous, and revealing the truth could shatter multiple families. By Friday, the tension that has been building all week finally explodes. Joey decides it's time to confront the person he believes is responsible for the deception. He carefully arranges a private meeting. But what begins as a calm conversation quickly escalates into a heated confrontation. Joey demands answers. The accused individual denies everything at first, insisting Joey is misinterpreting the evidence. But Joey refuses to back down. As the argument intensifies, the truth begins slipping through the cracks. And when the final revelation emerges, Joey realizes the situation is far worse than he imagined. The betrayal runs deeper than anyone suspected. Meanwhile, Kat prepares to reveal what she's learned about Vernon, but before she can act, she receives a warning. Someone advises her to stop digging. Immediately, the message is clear: continuing her investigation could have devastating consequences. Now Kat must decide whether the truth is worth the risk. One of the most exciting developments this week is Kat's transformation from observer to strategist. For weeks, she has been reacting to the chaos around her. Now she's taking control of the narrative. Kat's determination makes her a powerful force inside Fairmont Crest, but it also places a target on her back. Power in this world always comes with consequences, and the more influence Kat gains, the more enemies she may create. Joey's storyline is equally compelling. At first, his suspicions seem reasonable, even justified. But as the week progresses, his determination to uncover the truth starts pushing him toward dangerous territory. Obsessions can cloud judgment, and Joey might not realize how far he's gone until it's too late. His investigation could expose secrets that change everything, but it might also destroy relationships he values most. Another major mystery this week revolves around Vernon. Why has he been acting so secretive? What exactly is he trying to hide? And who else might be involved in whatever scheme he's tangled up in? The clues scattered throughout the week suggest Vernon's actions are tied to events that could reshape the power structure in Fairmont Crest. If the truth becomes public, it could spark conflicts that last for months. What this means for the future of Fairmont Crest. By the end of the week, the balance of power in Fairmont Crest begins shifting dramatically. Kat is emerging as a bold leader willing to challenge authority. Joey is digging deeper into a mystery that could expose hidden betrayals. And Vernon's secrets threaten to detonate a scandal capable of shaking the entire community. The stage is being set for major storylines in the weeks ahead. And if the tension continues building at this pace, viewers should prepare for shocking revelations, emotional confrontations, and alliances that may never recover. As the drama intensifies in Fairmont Crest, the consequences of secrets and suspicion begin spreading far beyond the people directly involved. What started as quiet tension quickly turns into a storm that threatens to engulf multiple families. For Kat Richardson, the week becomes a defining moment. Her determination to uncover the truth about Vernon Dupree pushes her into a position of unexpected power. But that power also brings serious danger. At the same time, Joey Armstrong is sliding deeper into a maze of secrets and deception. The more clues he uncovers, the more he begins to suspect that the betrayal he's chasing might involve someone he once trusted completely. And if Joey's instincts are correct, the fallout could destroy relationships that seemed unbreakable. After discovering troubling financial documents linked to Vernon's activities, Kat initially believes she has finally uncovered the secret he's been hiding. But as she studies the records more closely, a far more complicated picture begins to emerge. The money transfers aren't random. They appear carefully planned. Each payment connects to individuals and organizations that have quietly influenced power inside Fairmont Crest for years. This realization changes everything. Kat had assumed Vernon was acting alone, perhaps making a desperate decision to protect the family. But now it seems possible that Vernon has been involved in a larger scheme that extends far beyond anything she imagined. If that's true, exposing the truth won't just damage Vernon's reputation. It could ignite a scandal capable of shaking the entire community. Meanwhile, Vernon senses that his carefully constructed secrets are beginning to unravel. For a long time, He believed he could manage the situation quietly, keeping the truth hidden until the danger passed. But Kat's persistence threatens to destroy that plan. Every conversation she has, every question she asks, brings her closer to uncovering information Vernon has spent years protecting. The pressure begins affecting him in ways that others start noticing. Even Nicole Dupree Richardson grows concerned. Nicole confronts Vernon privately, demanding to know whether Kat's suspicions are justified. At first, Vernon denies everything, but Nicole isn't easily fooled. She knows Vernon too well. The tension between them reveals just how fragile their situation has become. And if Nicole starts digging for answers herself, Vernon may lose control of the narrative entirely. While Kat struggles with the implications of what she's discovered, Joey's investigation continues gaining momentum. At first, Joey tried to keep his suspicions quiet, but now the clues are too significant to ignore. Every new detail he uncovers seems to confirm his worst fears. Someone close to him is involved in something deeply deceptive. Joey begins revisiting past events, analyzing conversations that once seemed harmless. Suddenly, small moments take on new meaning. A delayed answer, a nervous glance, a vague explanation that never quite made sense. Piece by piece, Joey begins constructing a theory about what might really be happening behind the scenes. But the theory leads him toward a shocking possibility. One that feels almost impossible to accept. Because if Joey is right, the person responsible for the deception may be someone he once considered family. As Joey grows more obsessed with uncovering the truth, his behavior starts changing. Friends notice he's distracted, conversations feel tense, and people begin wondering why Joey seems to be watching everyone so carefully. His paranoia begins affecting the atmosphere around him. Even simple interactions suddenly feel loaded with suspicion. Some characters start asking questions about Joey's behavior, while others worry that whatever he's investigating might eventually drag them into the conflict. In a community as interconnected as Fairmont Crest, secrets rarely stay contained. Once suspicion begins spreading, it can infect everyone. For Kat, the information she uncovered places her in a difficult position. She now has evidence suggesting Vernon's activities could expose powerful individuals, people who may not react kindly if their secrets are threatened. Revealing the truth might bring justice, but it could also create enemies capable of striking back. Kat must decide what matters more, protecting her family's reputation, or exposing a truth that could reshape everything. The decision weighs heavily on her, because no matter what she chooses, the consequences will be enormous. Just as Kat begins considering her next move, she receives a chilling warning. The message is brief but unmistakable. Someone knows she's been investigating Vernon, and they want her to stop immediately. The warning doesn't contain an explicit threat, but the implication is clear. Continuing her investigation could put her in serious danger. Kat tries to determine who might have sent the message, but the answer remains frustratingly out of reach. Whoever is watching her clearly has resources and influence, enough to monitor her actions and intervene when necessary. For the first time since starting her search for the truth, Kat realizes she may be facing forces far more powerful than she anticipated. Meanwhile, Joey reaches a breaking point. After gathering enough evidence to convince himself that his suspicions are justified, he decides it's time to confront the person he believes is responsible. The meeting begins calmly. Joey carefully presents the information he's discovered, watching closely for any reaction. At first, the accused individual denies everything, but Joey continues pushing, revealing more details about the financial records and suspicious behavior he's uncovered. The tension in the room becomes unbearable. Finally, the person across from Joey begins slipping. Small inconsistencies appear in their explanations, and Joey realizes he's getting closer to the truth. But the final revelation hits him harder than he expected. Because the deception he's uncovered isn't just about money or manipulation. It involves a secret capable of destroying multiple lives. By the time the week reaches its dramatic conclusion, The situation in Fairmont Crest has changed dramatically. Kat now understands that Vernon's secrets are tied to a network of influence she never imagined. Joey has uncovered a betrayal that shakes his trust in the people around him, and the tension surrounding these revelations threatens to erupt into open conflict. But perhaps the most dangerous aspect of the situation is this: the truth hasn't fully surfaced yet. What Kat and Joey have discovered so far may only represent the beginning. If the deeper secrets hidden beneath Fairmont Crest are exposed, the consequences could reshape the community forever. The developments this week set the stage for even bigger storylines ahead on Beyond the Gates. Several key questions remain unanswered. Who is truly behind the mysterious financial network connected to Vernon? Will Kat reveal the information she uncovered, or will fear force her to stay silent? Can Joey handle the truth about the betrayal he discovered? And what happens if the secrets buried inside Fairmont Crest finally explode into the open? Soap fans know that once the truth starts emerging, it rarely stops. And the coming weeks could bring even more shocking twists.